So, Facebook's a bad thing for me because I see videos that I don't like sometimes. Or read things that I don't like. It's cold out here. Anyways, so, anyways, I don't like the videos where, parents take videos of their disciplining. That's not disciplining. That's trying to push down someone's self-esteem. That's not disciplining. That's bullying your own child. That's how I truly do feel. Okay? I personally don't believe in spanking in public. I don't believe with any of that. I don't believe in it. And I definitely don't believe in bullying your own child. And people are, oh yes, such great parenting, yay! Okay, so I understand that, there are extremes, okay? I think that's one of the bad extremes. You don't have to post that onto Facebook for everyone and their mom to see. That had like 23 million shares. Shaving your child's head like an old man in front of a camera. Now, he did do something bad. He's 12 years old, he's in 7th grade, and he was smoking weed, and he is failing his classes. That's bad. But you know what you do? You are not going outside. You are not going to school. I'm homeschooling your butt. Number two, there's like a bunch of them, whatever. So basically, there are going to be consequences. No TV, no computer, until you get your grades up with me, and until, either you change your friends, or you have no friends, but you don't shame them in front of their friends. You don't call them out in front of their friends like that. If you just don't. Because if you bully your own kid, other kids are going to think, oh my gosh, his mom does that to him, whatever, and then they're going to make fun of him, and they're going to do the same thing to him. And that's not right. That's not right at all. And it makes me a little bit sick. I would never do that to my child. I don't believe in spanking either for myself. I don't spank. But we do timeouts. We gonna take your toy away, simple things. Of course, when they get older, the things will change, but it's still the same idea. It's the same concept. It's not breaking down their self-esteem and making them feel like crap. It's not, no. Because if you really love your child, you're not gonna do that. If you really, truly love your child. If you love your child, you want the best for them. You don't want to hurt their feelings and make them, the way his face looked, if my son looked like that, I wouldn't have even have been able to shave his head. For real. Because he looked so humiliated, and he looked so hurt. And you know what? He doesn't deserve to feel those feelings. He deserves to feel a little upset. He deserves to feel consequences, but he does not deserve to be humiliated by his own family, to be called out in front of millions and millions of people by his own family. And then she also specified stepson after she said son, which that hurts. Oh, just because he smoked weed, even though I guarantee you do, because you have bands laying around your house. So, what are you taking pictures of bands for? Well, why did your family have a bunch of bands on their table? You know what I mean? Like, why is that there? Is it because someone is influencing him to do something similar? Could that be the case? And you're blaming it on your child, even though you're saying that it's, all them? I don't agree with that. And maybe I'm just looking at it that way, but she said, those bands aren't yours, tell them, If they're your bands, then either you're a stripper or you are selling something that you shouldn't be selling, whether it be marijuana or cocaine or whatever the heck it is. You're doing something that's probably not the best, because you don't have bands like that laying around on the reg. You know what I mean? You just don't. So I 100% think that it's wrong. And I 100% think that that video was completely wrong, 100%. Some kids act out just because they act out, okay? But there's no reason to humiliate them in front of the entire world. I mean, imagine how many people are commenting on that, you know, like mean kids commenting on that, making fun of him. How many kids do you think at school are calling him a little bitch and calling him all kinds of things and saying he ugly as a trick and all this stuff? Imagine. And you did all that because he made a mistake. And you don't know how to parent correctly. You don't know how to nip it in the bud when it's there. Nipping it in the bud when it's there isn't cutting all their hair off in front of all of these people. That's not how you nip something in the bud. Because I guarantee you he's going to act out more. He's like, I'm already been fucking humiliated by this whole entire world. My mom or stepmom humiliated me in front of the entire world. I mean, I might as well just keep doing what I'm doing. Guarantee you. Especially if he doesn't feel that love. If she didn't reinforce some love after that and tell him I did this because I love you, if she didn't do that, it's probably, you know, his self-esteem's probably done for. And even if she did, his self-esteem could still be done for. Because no one likes to be made fun of. No one. And I know personally that the first time someone makes fun of my son, I'm going to want to go up to the school and completely be like, excuse me, like, you know what I mean? Like, if they make fun of him to the point where he cries, you know what I mean? Like, it's to the point where he almost hates himself. Like, no. And these parents, this woman and other parents have done this before in other videos, are purposefully putting their child in the situation to get made fun of because of a mistake they made, because they had bad grades, because, you know, they've been watching you since birth, and so they decided that maybe I can smoke some marijuana because it's not that bad, right? You know what I mean? So you reap what you sow, and that's the way it goes with your children as well. You need to be the role model. You need to do that. If you don't, then it's not going to go your way. It's not. And sometimes even when you do your very best, it doesn't go your way. And at that point, you know, maybe your child has a little bit of a rebellious issue, like I have. Because my parents, I feel like they did almost everything right, and I still was a little rebel. So there are, you know, situations like that, but I don't personally think that anyone deserves to be humiliated like that. Not even the rebels, because that's just going to make them even more cold-hearted and even more angry and even more crazy than they already are. So that's not a force to be reckoned with, for real. And it's not a good thing to do. And why would you want to purposefully hurt the person that you love the most? I mean, I love my son more than probably, you know, I love him more than I love myself. I love him so much. And I would never want to humiliate him like that. And if I ever did that, you know, even if I did that on accident by just saying something without realizing it, like, I would be very sorry and I would feel terrible. I would never want to make him feel humiliated about himself, because he's great. He's a great person, and no one should ever feel humiliated about themselves. But I think that these parents need to learn, you know, children, they're going to be a little bit like a mirror. Not always, but if they see it and they're followers and they want to be like you, they're going to do what you do. Point blank. Donezo, that's all. So, don't humiliate your kids, people. Come on. I'm not trying to say that he doesn't deserve punishment. He deserved a punishment, but he didn't deserve that.